Hey content creators, it's Nina. So today I'm going to talk to you about Zoom. And actually this video is going to be a little bit different. Usually I would teach you how to set up a Zoom call, and that video is coming. But today is actually how to join a call. This is actually dedicated to my mom. She's using Zoom for the first time. I'm very proud of her. So if you are now receiving invitations to join Zoom because your office is now virtual, or your religious services are now virtual, this is for you. Now, let me give you and those that are new to my channel a couple of tips about this. One, I am going to show you multiple ways to join Zoom. I'm going to go very slow, step by step, because I know a lot of people that are watching this are going to be not so techy and they just really want to know the different options. But let me give you a couple of other items. I would suggest that you, one, watch it all the way through first, just to see what the steps are. Then I'm going to have little links in my description area. If you're on my phone, you may have to click a little button and it expands the description area. If you're on your desktop, it should show automatically. But in that description area, I'm going to give you links for things that I'm talking about, but also there's little links that show you kind of an agenda for this training. So if you come back and you just want to learn how to join Zoom from your phone, you can click on that link and it will jump to that portion of the video. If you want to learn how to join Zoom from your desktop, you'll click on that link and it will take you specifically to that portion. All right. In addition to that, there's going to be a link to additional videos on this topic, either Zoom or watching videos online. Okay. Last thing, if you have questions, or maybe I skipped a step, or I went too fast, or it didn't make sense, go to the description area. I check my go to the comments area. I check my comments frequently and I try to get to each one. If I need to create a separate video or additional video, I will go ahead and do that for you. I can't promise when, but I'll come back and do that. All right, so we're gonna be on our desktop. I'm gonna actually switch over there now. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe and like if you're new here. If you've been here, welcome back. Let's go. Okay, usually you're going to receive an email or some kind of text message that is going to ask you to join. I'm going to go over what's in this. Remember, we're going to go step by step through this. You're going to actually see a link that will open up the meeting room. This is the meeting ID. You can also make note of that, because if the link doesn't work for any reason, you can go to zoom.com and add the meeting number there to join online. These are usually your numbers, and there's times where there will be an extra link that if you're calling in from an international number and you need a local number, or again, if you're calling from another country and you need a local number, usually there's a link here that you can click for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this link. What it's doing now is it's going to see if I have Zoom downloaded and installed. I do suggest that you install Zoom so you can join these meetings even quicker, but this is just a quick way to get the first portion on your computer. Now, I'm going to click on Open Zoom Meetings. While it's doing that, I just want to bring you, give you a couple of hints, okay? So here you'll see that if nothing comes up, I just got a big old pop-up that said open on my computer. You can click there to start it to launch. If it still doesn't come up, there may be like a red X or something over here, meaning that you have a pop-up blocker on or something that's blocking it. So I would check that and then close and reopen your browser. What we're doing is downloading and running the Zoom now. If you continue to have issues with downloading it and running it from your computer, you can run it from your browser, meaning you're going to be in an internet browser and you're not going to have all of the features, but you'll have some, enough to actually join in the meeting. Okay? So while we're doing this, this would be a good time to test your computer audio. Since I'm recording this video, it's not going to necessarily work in here. Okay, if you're the host, you can log in, but what I would do is just go ahead and test. Now, what you're going to do here is if you're going to be using video, and let's see if my video is probably going to be very, very zoomed in here. Let's see. Yes, this is the video settings. You can select your different cameras. Sometimes you have different cameras attached. You will have to have either a laptop with a video camera on it or an external webcam to actually use this from your desktop. So you would have to have some kind of computer. Most laptops or tablets will have a little tiny dot that indicates it has a video camera. Now, you don't have to go through all of these settings. 6:9 means it's like the TV, right? It's wide. But if you have a little screen, you can go to your original ratios, right? This doesn't really matter in the scheme of things. As long as you see yourself, you're fine. Mirror is for like when you're reading text, if it's the wrong way, you could check or uncheck that because it kind of, so this is my left side. See how it switches back and forth? It's just putting it on the right side. And if you're really concerned about being in front of the video, you can click on touch up my appearance. Now it smooths out your skin. If you have an older computer or if it runs really slow, I wouldn't do this because everything that you do is going to actually slow down your computer just a little bit when you're dealing with video. Okay. You can rotate it. So if it's the wrong way, maybe it's showing the wrong way, you can use that to rotate that. And you can also automatically turn off your video when you're joining your meetings. Most of them start off because that's how the host, the person who has invited you is called the host. That's how they have it set up. However, you can take that extra step and make sure that all your videos are turned off until you actually turn it on, okay? The next thing that you're gonna wanna do is test your audio. So your audio is two parts. There's your speaker. So that means you're gonna test to make sure you can hear. Now, if you have earphones on, if you're joining by yourself, now here's a tip when you're testing your audio. I highly suggest you put some type of earphones in. It will, if you're gonna comment, it will take away the background noise. If you have more than one person joining a meeting at the same spot, like maybe my mother and my father are both joining the meeting, one of you are going to have to mute yourself and turn off the microphone because you'll get this loud echoing sound. So if you ever join a meeting and you hear echoing sound, that means usually somebody's in the same room and they have their earphones on and their speakers and their microphones. It's just overlapping, right? So in this case, I would suggest that you plug in your speakers. Here you'll see the different are your earphones and you can actually select them here, test it, and make sure it's loud enough, right? So you can hear everything. Your mic, notice my input level is fairly high and you could turn it down, but remember, once you get in the meeting, people can always turn their volume down. It's not going to be that easy for them to turn it up to hear you. So make sure it's adjusted appropriately, or you can just select automatically adjust volume. All right. Don't worry about any of these other things except possibly mute my microphone when joining. Again, the host usually sets that up for when you join, but you may want to go ahead and set that so you're automatically muted. I'll teach you how to unmute once you join. And I think I skipped over this part. This is how you test your microphone. As long as it's moving, that means it's working. All right. If you want to share your screen and you have the ability to share your screen, there's some additional options you can check out here. You can set a virtual background so you can make it a green screen or a video. Again, anything that you do here, and I'm not going to download these. I thought I had one downloaded here. I'll go ahead and download what? Anything that you do here is going to add more strain on your computer. So even though it looks nice and you may feel kind of techy, just be careful because it could put more strain. And this is a good point. So see? Fun. I'm in San Francisco again. I'm actually from the Bay Area. So I'm going to go ahead and click on none. So here's the thing. Here's another tip. I would, if you're working from a computer, try to plug in your computer. Don't just go over Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi is going to be a little bit slower. If you're on your phone, turn on Wi-Fi and block your calls and put it on Do Not Disturb so you don't have interruptions. All right. I'm going to change that back to none. You're not going to have to worry about any of these because you're not recording. I would go ahead and just close. At this point, the host still has not joined, so we'll have to wait for the host to join to see the next portion. Okay, now that the host has started the meeting, you'll see a couple different pop-ups. So it tells you if it's being recorded, and you can continue. Now notice here that you can either join from a phone call or computer audio. What I showed you was the setup for listening on your computer. It's going to be a lot clearer if you call in from your phone. You can still look on your video, but you're going to call in from your phone. This is your participant ID, and this is the meeting ID. These are important because once you put in your participant ID, it connects your phone number with your login on the computer. So if you've typed in your name, then your name will show next to your phone number instead of just unknown caller. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and join from my computer. And again, you can test again, but I'm going to go ahead and join. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm in the meeting. Now, I'm actually the host and I'm the participant, so I'm not going to do a lot in here, but I do want to show you a couple of features. So on your side, as you're joining, you can mute and unmute. So mute and unmute. You can also change where the sounds are going, whether it's your computer or your microphone. You can also switch to phone audio. So if you've decided to go on the computer and it's not working well, you can say switch to phone and then call in. All right. If you need to invite additional people, you can click on invite. And you could send them something from your default mail system if it's set up on your computer, Gmail, or what I like to do is just copy the URL. The URL is simply the link. The invitation is all of the details that you see. Okay, so just the URL versus having the phone number and all of that included. If you want to see who else is in the meeting, you can choose participants. Notice that, so this is Nina. I'm Nina Thomas here, and here I'm Nina the host, but normally your name would be a little bit different. And you can actually rename yourself. So if your name is not showing up properly, so in fact, I just got married, so I'm going to put Eswick, or you can say the Eswicks, right? I'm going to leave it, and actually not an S, Eswick. There we go. All right. You can always see who's talking here, and you can see if it's recording. As you turn on your video, again, what you're going to see is different speakers here. So whoever's speaking, it can't have all of the squares in one area, but you'll see whoever's speaking, and usually it's up to 4 or a couple. So it's the speaker view up here. You can change the view so you can see whoever's speaking very clearly, and I'll show you that. Let's turn off my video, and let's use my phone, which I'm actually joining from as the host. Okay, this is me. It's a little bit of a delay, and notice that in general, when you're on Zooms, there is going to be a few seconds delay, so you do want to wait and allow people to answer your questions, okay? So on the screen, you'll see what you can do. So see, this is the gallery view, and this is a speaker view. I'm sorry, this is the gallery view, and then you can change it to the speaker view. What this does is puts the speaker here, but if you have several people that are on, the gallery view will allow you to see several people. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my phone desktop or my phone screen just to show you guys some additional features and what happens, okay? All right, so if someone's sharing with you, notice at the top here, you'll get this view. So you can actually make it full screen or 50%. It's really just how it's showing. So if you cannot see what's going on the screen, you can zoom in and then move it around, and it makes it easier to see. I know I wear glasses, so sometimes I can't always see what's on the screen. All right. I'm going to go ahead and exit the full screen. Now, this is a great example of what may happen. Things disappear. You always want to go all the way down to your toolbar at the bottom and see if you can find it there. Usually when you click on it or hover over it, you can click on it again, or it will be floating somewhere. If you lose this or somehow it minimizes, you can always click on this box and get it right back. So I'm going to show you that again. So if I accidentally click on something and I can't figure out where I am, right, or I minimize it, usually it's floating somewhere on your desktop, and I'm just going to, there you go. That also allows you to work on other things while you're watching stuff. So maybe if you have a tablet or a book that you're following along with. A couple of other things that I want to show you. If you need to share your screen, you'll do it here. We're not going to concentrate on that since you are a participant at this point, but you can share your screen. Sometimes they'll allow you to take over. There's different options there. On your right hand at the bottom, you can raise your hand and the host will see that you're raising your hand. You can answer yes or no, and again, the host will see that. Each of these symbols means something different. Go slower, go faster, and there's a couple of other ones, yes, no. So sometimes you can either use these. This is only if the host has turned it on. If they haven't turned it on, you won't see these buttons. Another way you can react is simply by clicking chat. When you click chat, you're going to see options. Again, you may or may not see these up here, but you're going to see options to either speak with everyone or you can speak to specific people. Be very careful when you're doing this, but you can have a conversation in here. The host can also download all of these communications. So maybe if you're in a training, you're sharing your contact information, and or if you're attending a group meeting, you can just say, hey, I'll take care of that. Let's connect offline, and you give them your phone number. This information is here. You can also share files and save the chat. Again, these are all dependent on if the host has turned on these features. All right, when you're ready, you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Now, I do want to point out a couple of other things. Give me 1 second. Okay, when we first started, I told you you can join from your browser as well. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to click on Join from Browser. Usually, and I'm going to cancel this, and I'll click on Join from Browser. Usually, if you're having some issues or you don't have enough bandwidth or just you want to get in there quickly, you can join from your browser. And that just means like Internet Explorer, or it can mean Chrome, anything like that. Now, again, it's reminding us that you are being recorded. Notice you can join the audio. At this time, I'm just going to skip that. Again, if you have multiple people in a room, you may just want to view and not join the audio. But if you notice, most of these features are here. So if you're not a host, you can actually chat to everyone or one person. All the features that I was telling you about is still here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on this box to make it full screen. And click on the box again. And this would be the host picture or whoever's speaking. And again, you can move it if it's in the way. I'm just click once and I'll drag it and then click it where it's where it needs to be. And you make it larger or smaller. So this would be the desktop, or usually this would be someone speaking. And so since we have both, you get the option of seeing both. All right, let me show you one other thing. So if you are on your computer and both of those neither one of those work, remember I told you there's a meeting ID. I'm just gonna right click and copy. And if you just go to zoom.us, not .com, zoom.us, you can click on join a meeting. I'm gonna click on paste and join the meeting. Same thing. So that's 3 ways that you can join. The next way you can join is from your phone. That's actually from the Zoom app. Very similar. You click on the button from your phone and you can join from your phone. If you need a separate tutorial on that, just let me know. But I really just wanted to create this for my mommy and make sure that she is up to speed on all the new tech and that she can enjoy. So Mom, if you have any questions, you don't have to leave them below. Just call me. Love you. Bye.